All right, all right. Hello. So, I know this seems rather like a message that comes from, that one distant friend that only after like 5 years that you haven't talked to them, um, they call you. That's exactly what's happening right now. So, welcome. Welcome everyone. To today's stream. Let's go. So, I've been a little absent. I know. I understand it. I understand it. Throw the tomatoes at me. Um, I don't want to fall into the cliche, but work has been a little demanding, a little hard. Um, as you'll know, I am in an internship, and let's say that things in the internship are not going the right way. And so I've been having to dedicate most of my time to that. And so I haven't been able to stream in like 4 days, right? Today is the weekend nonetheless. Today is Saturday. So Andrew throwing the tomatoes. But yeah, today's the weekend. Today's Saturday. Was watching the match between England and France, soccer World Cup, and I don't know, it was an entertaining match, watching it with some friends. And now I'm here. Now I'm here, guys. Andrew, it should be like 5 a.m. where you are. Are brother, do you not sleep? Anyways, it is kind of fun to see you around. And yeah, so today the stream is gonna be a little short, and the reason for that is I have to go in around 1 hour or an hour and a half or 2 hours max. So this is gonna be us 2 hours, and for that reason, decided that the stream was going to be of like rather than creating more functions like free and realloc, we're going to do some of the testing and like creating the testing infrastructure so that we can sort of inspect how things are going and how everything's looking. We're gonna do that mostly through the debugger, but we need somewhere that our program can run on, right? Something that wants to allocate memory and that uses all of the interface and etc. As you can see right now, the you know the most observant of observers will notice that our file tree has been reduced. Right? There's not that many files, and that's because I decided that I wanted to create like our own testing infrastructure, right? So let's see. Previously, we left when we were trying to create malloc. And I have not touched the code at all. Maybe I introduced a new line while I was talking or something like that, because I see this like, oh, sorry, never mind. Ooh, a message in chat. Whoa. Um, okay, buddy. this, yeah, this guy is a bot, so you're getting banned. Nonetheless, I'm interested on seeing what this message is. Yo, bro, I just came across your stream and dropped a follow before heading out. I respect the hustle. Thank you. I actually know a big Twitch streamer with 3.5 million followers who helps streamers grow with real viewers, active chat, and supporters who donate and sub regularly. If you're serious about taking your channel to the next level, add him on Discord. It's Aidan Khan, and tell him Athena sent you. Opportunities like this don't come around often, and mind you, this is not a bot message. Sure, buddy, you're getting mad. Okay, anyways, the lengths to which these people go. It's kind of interesting, right? The message was like written in that weird font. I imagine it's a way to evade text detection and some sort of, to evade Twitch. Either way, let's focus on what brought us here. So when we were writing malloc, right, there were some things that were left in the air. The first one is alignment. So we have huge issues with alignment right now. And by that, I mean that currently when we try to create some sort of new block, I think it's better appreciated here, right here, or somewhere around here. When we try to come up with like, the new block, sometimes alignment can add, suppose I ask for, I don't know, a 22 byte long block. Then alignment makes that 22 bytes 24 bytes. The thing is, we still think of the block as a 22 byte block, and thus, when we create the block, the footer is the one that inherits the extra bits, right? Not the user space. You may be saying, well, the extra bits are at most bytes. The extra bytes are at most 7, right? Like maybe you add 7 bytes. So giving that in the user section doesn't make, much of a difference. It's also not like the user is supposed to use those extra 7 bytes. We just do it for the sake of convenience. But there is a problem. If you add those 7 bytes or 2 bytes or 1 byte at the end with the footer, you offset everything. And by that I mean, whenever we try to look at something's footer, we always look at the last bytes, right? So if a block to our right decides to see if it can merge with us, it will look to the left, try and access the footer's information, but if those extra bytes are there, that's going to be bogus information. It's going to make absolutely no sense. So for that reason, we need to check our entire logic when it comes to malloc, because we've been taking it too liberally. We just not been paying attention, at least to that issue. There is also the fact that over here, I was looking at the code right before starting stream to see if maybe I had something to say, and that's why I'm mentioning these ideas, because once again, I never modify the code unless I'm with you guys. We have a situation here where what happens if the last block of our memory is not free, yet we need to expand the heap? We perform this optimization where we say, right, calculate the space that's free on the last block, only if that block is free, and then subtract that from the actual space we need to expand the heap by. And so the problem with that is over here in our code, we have something like, okay, if it's free, then calculate the needed space and all of that. The expansion size, that's completely fine. The problem is when you get here, we remove things from the red-black tree. And the problem with that is the red-black tree only contains the free stuff, right? The free blocks. So we're trying to remove from the red-black tree a block that is in use. So this is already, right? Like all of this is assuming that the last block is free, but that's completely not true. Right? It's very much possible that the last block is inhabited by user data. So that's a fail in the logic. And what happens with that is that later here, we perform a partition if worth it. So now we're partitioning a user block, which is really bad, because then we corrupt the user information, which is extremely a no-no. For that reason, I think we're just going to have to sort of relook, or another pass to malloc. And so that's one thing. But all of that needs to take place under an environment where we can take a look at what malloc is doing, see if it is actually bringing in the correct blocks in the correct position, that the red-black tree has everything in the right place, and so on. And so we need to create sort of a testing environment, or at least something that we can run and use the debugger to see what's happening. So those are the two issues. Last block may not be free, right? So these are, some issues. There you go. So now we're going to try and do the whole testing. So we have test, right? Want to return 0, then we want to definitely include, this memory header, and that does not take the angles, it takes the usual quotes. Error word processing, unknown type name uint80. What? Why did the extension not warn me about this? Okay, more reasons to hate the C++ extension from Visual Studio Code. Hashtag include stdent.h. I think that will solve it. Yes, perfect. Awesome. Okay. So we return that. What was I doing? Oh yeah, we're doing the testing. So it's not gonna be much of alloc one. It's gonna be something like just mmmalloc, and then we're gonna allocate like 24 bytes or something like that. Let's delete this make file because it's part of the previous thing that we had before. Same as this. So we have A1, right? mmmalloc. And after that, there's not much we need to do, right? Maybe we can make use of it. We can string copy into A1 something like, hello, this is, I don't know, 23 bytes, and then a happy face, and then, is this 22? 27 selected. Okay. So maybe we can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then change this priority. That should be 22. 20. Hi. This is that's 23. Let's just add another exclamation mark at the end. Perfect. This is exactly 23 bytes, this string, because we need to count the null at the end of the string. So perfect. Once all of that is done, I think we're free to go. So what happens if we try to compile something like this, right? Pretty sure there's some things that are going to fail, perhaps? We'll see. So I want to compile mmtest.c. We also want mm.c, and we want the arbitrary file too. What else? Memlib too. And then we want to output all of that to mmtest. Okay, perfect. And what happens if we run mmtest? The name of this channel is SharifSegfaults, so it's probably gonna suck fault. Okay. Well, that was a nice journey. So, Sir Elfman, welcome to the chat. Are you inside a studio apartment? I am in my room. It's like a little small room. It's not a studio apartment. I have a roommate there. And we both share a kitchen and a bathroom. So yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. But yeah, currently, and actually now that I look at it, we need to turn on the lights a little because it's a little dark. It's starting to wind down. NYC? No. Currently in SF, San Francisco for an internship. So yeah, still in college, so not a full-time job, unfortunately. But yeah, thank you so much. And yeah, this is the way I have some time to spare, and personal projects and everything are the thing that bring life back to coding, since the corporate world when it comes to programming is I have not liked it so far, especially with AI. All I do is prompt code, and this brings a little bit more life. And yeah, SF is awesome. So where is the code? Oh, the code is here. This is all we've been doing for a memory allocator. We have been working on this for like quite some time. Oh, wait. Oh, shoot! Bro! No way. Wait, why did nobody tell me? Okay. Damn. Dude, okay. I swear. I swear. Don't send me to prison. Um. Oh my god, that's the reason why everything was, dude. um. Dude, I had started stream, right? And so always I start stream like to talk to people. Previously Andrew was here, so I was like Andrew the chatter. I was talking to him. I forgot to change the scene. There you go. Now you should be able to see the code. Um, and there's the problem that when I switch to coding, sometimes my kbps goes down, something like that. Hopefully it doesn't happen. But dude, all this time. Okay, okay, that's fine, that's completely fine. And I thought you had been gone because here it says like one viewer, so I was assuming that Sir Elf was the only one. And yeah, having background noise is usually good, you know. I understand, like usually, you know, seeing one guy code is like a little bit boring. At least it would be for me. Um, but yeah, so I had been I've been talking about a bunch. I was like pointing at parts of the code, and I think you saw it, Cyril. Now, I was like, "Oh no, yeah, look at the code here, and look at the at this file actually." So the context is when you said, "Where's the code, man?" I was looking at this file, and I was like, "Oh no, don't worry. It's not like we've written only 7 lines. We've written all of this." So I was showing it around, um, but it's okay. It's okay. Thank you so much for telling me. Um, anyways, so oh yeah, I think I missed one of your chat messages. Um, I made a basic allocator as well for my compiler. Oh, pretty good. You created a compiler for like for your own language, for a different language. How was it? What was the experience? I'm working on my Toylang. Damn, pretty good. Do you have a name for it, or like I guess more than a name, right? More than a name. What is sort of the, you know, what are the things that you want to include in your language? Sort of like a little bit of the language design philosophy. For example, is it going to be low level? Is it going to be not that low level, say like Zig, C++, or something like that? Do you know, do you want to, ethos is making it as easy to embed as possible. Damn, ethos goes, ethos goes hard, to be honest. Pretty good, man. You know, some mythical. I have a GH if you're curious. Wait, I'm so sorry. What is a GH? What is a GH? Like a, oh, like a GitHub. Okay. Wait, actually, I think I can take a look at that for a second. What is your GitHub? Wait, maybe we can go to GitHub. GitHub.com. And here, I think. Sith. Dude, that's like a very rare name. Users. Oh, is VLDR your... Oh, sorry. Wait, I got confused between which one was the username, which one was the project. So let's take a look at it. So we can open it here. Sith, a fast and simple embeddable programming language that targets WebAssembly, x86, and ARM. Damn. Wait. But I have a question. Are you planning on changing the name, or is Sith the name? Supposedly you said ethos. Oh, it's not called. Oh, the ethos is like the yeah. Sorry. Yeah. The oh my god. Okay, that's what little sleep does to someone. I thought ethos was the name of the language. I cannot. Yeah. The true nature. Yeah. I caught on after you said ethos is not the name of the language. Sorry for being so stupid. Sigh. It makes me think of like C Python. But now ether sounds like. Let's see. So suppose to native function from Sith, for example, to print da da da, and Sith you just use the print function. Pretty good. On the C side, we initialize the Sith runtime, provide our implementation of print, and run the program. Oh, interesting. With just a few lines of code, Sith can call into C, and C can call back into Sith. Yo, that's pretty cool. You can take a look at some of the examples or read through the overview. Pre-compiled binaries are available here. A graphical example program, CGI, a server-side scripting environment. Yeah. Da 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 da. Wait, I want to take a look at overview. Let's see, primitives. Oh, you have them on the left. Interesting, pretty good. Oh, you haven't any. Yay. Examples. Hey, this seems close to C and C++. Well, actually, okay. So you decided to not include curly braces in the language. That's interesting. Is there like a specific reason why this was like a choice when designing it? Oh wait, never mind. Oh no, this is the C equivalent, I see. Has a scripting feeling to it. Huh. Pretty good. People forget this is a script. Oh, I see, I see. Function pointers. I feel this is not a toy language, right? Like, this seems like rather like a very structured project. My function nested functions are not closures, meaning they can't access. Oh, okay. Can appear inside objects, making the method functions. Yes, sure. Generics. Let's see. It is statically typed, which is kind of missing in the world of everyone using. Yeah, I've seen like. I was surprised to see the amount of projects that use Lua for like configurations and like scripting, etc. OBS I know uses Lua. I think NeoVim uses Lua. There's a bunch of people that are using Lua, so it's interesting. Do you have one indexing? Hopefully not. So, is the zero-based indexing? Hopefully. I guess I can just look at it. I imagine it is. Yeah. Okay. Getting rid of the evils of the world one by one. One of them, the major one, being Lua's one indexing. You have continue. That's great. Pretty good. Yeah, this is awesome. So, oh, and you're the only author. Wait, what? Huh? Okay, wait. How did you? That's interesting. How did you make GitHub recognize? Is this like? I imagine that like Secrypt or Cycrypt. Not sure how you should pronounce it. Let me know. Okay. So I was kind of scared. Dang, like important to the point that GitHub decided to include it in their thing. Wait, doesn't seem like the coincidence. Okay, let's see. Yeah. I'm trying to find a playground. So I think the examples are here. Let me find the playground. Don't tell me because try it out. There you go. You can try it out a video. Whoa. Oh, is this gonna be a graphical interface? Wait, let's see. Run. Damn. Oh, it's Snake. Dude, what the hell? Wait. This is kind of fun. Wait. Oh, and it changes the colors and everything. Okay, I'm just gonna play. I'm gonna play until I die. Dark Reader might be messing with the colors. Wait, do I have Dark Reader enabled? Let me. I'll take a look once I. Okay, never mind. Well, I don't think I have dark read enabled. It's probably just Firefox trying to, play a game. So let me go to Chrome instead. Oh no, my stream qualities. Wait, every single time I open Chrome, things go badly on on OBS. So if the stream starts to lag, you'll know why. No! Wait. Chrome. Close. Okay. Perfect. I think we're back to normal. Yes, we're back to normal. Yeah. Not sure what to say. It's the evils of Chrome. But okay, let me try and play this again because last time I was not locked in. Let me see. Oh, okay, it teleports. Fortunately for me. It goes lighter and lighter, so what is the lightest it can get? Oh no, it's around the color wheel. Okay, I see. Bra. There you go. Bam. Okay. Wait, now that I think about it, the only way I can die is by crashing against myself. So it means that it will be kind of impossible for me to die. Go, buddy. Yeah. Cycles around the rainbow. Okay, I see. Yo. Let me get this. Nah! Okay. Perfect. Let's not look at that. So let's see. Wait, what is this guy? Please enter a name. Oh, can I create a new file? Something like main.sci. Yes, I can. Oh, you have multiple of them. Okay. The Mandelbrot. Ooh. Fibonacci. You're excellent. Okay, I feel like the Fibonacci implementation is the one to take a look at. So, yeah, impulse. All right, buddy. You're getting bad next if you keep saying that. I don't know. But yeah. anyways. This Fibonacci implementation. Okay. I feel like if we take a look at what is Prospero? Compute an image. With this rough magic I hear abjure, and when I have required some heaven music, which even now I do, to rewind and form the senses that is, I'll break my staff, bury it certain fathoms in the earth, and dig within daily every kilometer sound and drown my book. Yeah. Ooh, okay, I think this is not a good example to take a look at the features of the language, because I imagine it's like all of the floats together. Ray tracer. Okay, I think so you have objects and everything. Arrays, reason for arrays, camera origin. So one thing I think you mentioned here that any can take only 4 values. So does that mean that any possible values in the object too? Okay, never mind. Draw int depth. Wait. Is float not included in there? Is that my? Oh, so can I not have an any value variable? Can I not have any variable that is a number? Is that true, or am I missing something? Or are our numbers treated as objects like float and int? Oh no, they're primitives, right? According to the documentation. Anyways, let's see. So, and it's just a fancy void star. Oh, okay, I see. Oh, I forget that this is created to be compatible with C and yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Hit record class float. Interesting. So this is interesting because it's like a Python that is supposed to. It has a very Pythonic feeling to it. Especially the fact that like you don't have the curly braces, so everything has to be indented. Objects function in a very similar way. That is good. That is interesting. I feel like one of the most readable languages is Python. So inheriting that, at least for the look of the language, is pretty good. Uh, it's a pretty good bridge if it's like between C, C++. Okay, it's supposed to be C. So between C and Python, it's a pretty good bridge. Like combination of the good things about the two worlds. So yeah, I agree. So there's something that's weird to me, and it's the fact that like there's no colon, there's no curly braces. So my mind is sort of, inclined to be like, where is that? Um, it does look pretty nice. I feel it is very readable. You can always tell what's going on. Yeah, it is simple because it's like one of those things that when you go into some sort of program, especially now that we've been looking at all the C code that we've been writing, um, it's like something you expect. But yeah, no, this looks pretty nice. Congratulations, dude. It's like genuinely a goal in life to create your own language. How long did this take you? So, like, Prospero is a benchmark. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense for why this would happen. Splines. I want to take a look at that. Oh. Oh, press space to toggle spline types. Oh, damn. Dude, this is amazing. Oh, pretty good. So, similar yet so not. Yeah, agree. Prospero is a benchmark. I think I'm on year 2, on and off. Damn, that's pretty good. Lots of dedication, I imagine, to support a project like that. Damn, congratulations. So, yeah. I mean, absolutely incredible. Like 2 years of dedication. That's like, I know it's on and off, right? So probably like actual time, maybe like 6 months or something like that. Um, so yeah, I also kind of needed this for a while. What do you mean? Like needed is in the, oh, I've been using Lua and it's really painful in my opinion. It's not, that's interesting. I mean, it seems to me that every single solution to most of like software comes from somebody being angry about something and just deciding to do it on their own. So this is entirely JIT complicated. JIT compiled, and decently fast. Dude, that's incredible, amazing. And I feel I've said this sort of quite a couple of times before in the channel, and it's that like your drive to creating your own version of stuff is directly correlated with like your experience and like the amount of programming you've done. It seems like most advanced programmers start to have this itch of being like, let's create our own version of it, or like, let's create a new language from scratch. Let's create a new compiler. Let's create a different version of Notepad, etc., etc., etc. Where it seems like, I don't know. I guess it's the passion for coding. So it's not blazingly fast, but good enough. Yeah, I mean, blazingly fast, I imagine, would require a lot of thought, like especially in the compiler. But yeah, it's all written in C, which was okay. Everything is written in C, because that was one of my questions. Like, this language has classes, right? And it has objects and methods, attributes, etc. Which is precisely one of the things that makes C++ different from C, if not the thing. So how did you even implement that in the first place? And also, why C instead of C++? Is it for the sake of, embedding? Maybe most of the embedded systems world uses C instead of C++? Well, sure, let me know. But yeah, in the meantime, we will be working on this while you answer. So needs to implement classes somehow. It's not really. Well, I guess yeah. I guess you're right. Yeah. But it seems like you can save a lot of work if C++ is your basis, right? It's like I don't know. Maybe I haven't thought enough or like too deeply about what it would entail to create classes and objects and methods and so on. Uh, Especially if you have like polymorphism and stuff, maybe it becomes a little more difficult. I'm not sure if you do though, so probably that could save some work. And I guess C has some paradigms where like, you know, you can emulate object-oriented programming. But yeah, I don't have polymorphism. Oh, thank God. You just saved your entire language. Thank you. But yeah, no, just methods associated with structs. Okay, I see. So this is more like a Go feeling, like a Golang feeling to it. In that case, okay, I can see then how things can be translated into C. It is still interesting. It is still pretty interesting. So vtable to the pointer stuff. So when you call method, you're just calling. Yeah, I guess it's I guess that's right. Yeah, I'm not sure where I'm seeing the confusion. So yeah, some Go DNA. Yeah, pretty good. All right. All right. So let's see. I forget. Okay, I gotta go soon. Probably in like 20 minutes, maybe an hour and 20 minutes. So something like that. The cool thing about C is that it just works in C++. Yeah, it is like that backwards compatibility is one of the greatest things. Yeah. Let's see. So currently, test is not working for some reason. So let's do this. I'm going to copy this file. I'm going to paste it over here so we keep a copy of it. And then I'm just going to modify MMC to return like some. Well, you're gonna flame me for this, but let's just return malloc and then size. Probably that's the way to go. Call to undeclared library function. Oh, I think I need to import the ascended library. Do I not include it? Oh, I think it's declared in stdlib.h. Hopefully. Yes, okay. Perfect. So perfect. So if we do this, our test should run. So let's see if there's maybe something else. So that's slash test. Okay, works perfectly. Oh, let's see. Just methods associated to C++ class, yes, guys. The cool thing about C, yeah, C++ people can just use C like an any ordinary thing, adding some cool extra functions for C++ folks. You can basically all type checking in C++ during compile time, and also in any other language because all of them have some kind of C interoperability. Yeah, you good? Oh, excellent. Let's see. So it seems like a test works, which is awesome. That means that the problem is in a code. So yeah. Okay. Let's think about once again testing infrastructure for this. Because we will want to take so we not only want to actually, you know, run a memory allocator, which is easy. We want to be able to have access to the heap so that we can take a look at it on the debugger. And I think memlib is where we declared that. Memlib. And inside of memlib, we have the variables that, yeah, mem start, breakpoint, and then breakpoint and the mem max address. I think, given that they're static, I think we can honestly just access the mem low, yeah, mem heap low, and then from that obtain the address and then be able to see what's going on inside the program. So let's see, let's see. If we run and debug this thing, maybe create and launch the JSON file. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Let's wait, and probably we want to launch. And for the program, it would be and then test. Great. And so now, if we go to MM test, we should be able to stop over here and take a look at the heap. I'm just going to try and do that. Most of the dev time I spent are on dumb things like making array bounds, checking super fast. Took a month. What? That's crazy. That is an interesting thing. So how does array bounds checking work in the first place? Something I'm tricked about because with the operating system, right, you have the segfaults to check whether or not you want or like you're accessing a page that hasn't been given to you. And then the operating system can create a segfault. But how do you check whether or not somebody has gone out of bounds when it comes to a language? Oh. Yeah, no, that makes total sense. Okay, yeah. My mental capacity has been decreased by like 60% for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, no, that makes total sense. But um check if index is smaller than 9. If not, then move a null pointer into the index to array pointer. Dereference the null pointer, let the CPU crash, catch the crash, and recover. What? That sounds um like as somebody that doesn't know anything about languages, and it's like creating your own language and etc. This is like the type of thing that just because of your bias, like, oh, this is gonna be like absolutely insane if you do it, crashing everything, and then yeah. um So I have a question. You mentioned it's branchless, but there is, somehow you have to make that check at the beginning. Do you mean branchless as in like once you know it's out of bounds, then that pod is branchless, or do you also make the detection branchless somehow? I'm not sure how you'll be able to avoid it. Um, but oh, okay, yeah, sure, sure. Sure. Makes sense. Okay. Um, yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. So if that's actually pretty clever, right? Because then if it's 0, then you CMOV and CCell to do that. Interesting. Okay. I see. So pretty good. Let me. What were we doing? Oh, I think that was here. Yeah. So what is going on and why is this thing not stopping? Question mark. Yeah, it's just completely ignoring our breakpoint. I think maybe I haven't recompiled. Okay, it's compiled. Now if we run this, hello? What's going on? Is there a different main? Like, this is where the fact that I don't have experience with C debugging starts to take a mental toll on me. So it becomes a bit of a problem. Also, pro tip: use fsanitize address, fsanitize undefined with GCC. This flag will help you catch box. Oh, wait. See, I don't really have much experience with this stuff. Equals address. So something like this. Because I imagine if I just fsanitize, equals like undefined, then it's gonna override the previous one. Let me know if that's not the case. Oh yeah, W all to treat all the warnings as yeah. But huh? Oh, oh, sanitize. Okay, perfect. So the problem is whenever we input sort of a breakpoint in the visual debugger, it will want the debugger to be visual because, we're not going to uncover box per se. We want to just take a look at how memory looks in like the hex editor once we run this. So why do we not have... Okay, what is going on? Question mark? Printf. I'm just gonna say something like hello to see if this is being executed. So hash include studio.h. Char malak is also perfectly valid C. It's only an error in C++. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Yeah, you can see the bits of yeah, I'm too used to C++. It's the thing I program the most, so oh, sorry about that. Reset. So let's see. If this doesn't print hello, I'm gonna be very concerned because there's no reason why we're ignoring the breakpoints that are set in mmtest. Well, I am not sure what is happening. Is it the configuration? Like, is there something wrong? Do you guys know what may be happening? It's like we're setting the breakpoints where they should be. There should be no reason for this to be going on. External console false. Stop at entry. Args. Everything is the way it should be. And if I run mmtest, I hope to see the print message. Yeah. Okay. Well, farewell everyone. This is our journey ends. I will not be beaten by a done debugger. Stop at entry to true. Oh, wait, did I not? Okay, wait. So if we do that, then we run the actual program. Will we get a stop over here? Okay, so currently we're on start, we're on mmtest domain, but it mentions that the module containing this breakpoint has not yet loaded, despite it already having been paused. So if we maybe step over, again. Oh, of course, we don't have the debugging symbols. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm stupid. That should do it. Thank you. Hi, Nagbosa. Welcome to the stream. Hello. So, yeah, I'm so sorry. It's, the internship has not been going well, so I had to dedicate some of my time to it. That's the reason why I haven't streamed in quite a while, like 4 days or something like that. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think that Twitch has like this feature which is like the schedule or something like that. I think if I just go to my, channel, maybe create a dashboard. Create a dashboard. And probably, I think there's somewhere I can set a schedule. Do you guys know where? So, moderation settings. And probably, well, I guess I'll figure it out right after the stream. This is not the place to do that. I don't know. I'm wandering off. Internet. You once again have some strange recording issues. No, brother. I don't know what's happening. I'm not really that sure why. Let's actually, let's start. Whoa, what happened? Okay. Uh, why? Why what? Like, what do we look up? Maybe we can create a. Why is bright red shown as black in OBS? Can we? Oh, HDR mismatch with video catchers. HDR signal, but OBS is interpreting it as an SDR color space leading to cross shadows and oversaturated or lost colors. Oh, is this the reason why everything was washed off? And the problem is, I tried looking for the HDR setting in OBS, but I couldn't really find it. I'm also not very familiar with OBS because I only started streaming, as I said, like 2 weeks ago. Color space can interpret in OBS, click settings, advanced tab on the left. Okay, let's try and do this live. So, don't like AI that much, but this is really helpful. Let's see. Go to advanced, tab on the left. Look for the color space setting. I think I can just move it here. Color space setting and change it. Color format. Oh, color space. Okay, I see. Change it to Rec 709. It's there. Set the color range to full, so I have to do that. And then click apply, and then okay. Check your colors. Okay. Yeah, so I think if I just change this to full, additional fixes turn off, macOS HDR. If you're using an external monitor or a Mac that defaults to HDR, try disabling HDR in your Mac settings. Oh, wait, that may be something that we can do. Let's enter system settings over here. Oh no, it's guys, it's about to lag astronomically. Are we back? I think we're back. Yeah, okay. Every single time I open some sort of program, it just starts lagging, but like incredibly laggy. Anyways, turn on macOS videos assistant, and then maybe we can go to displays. I have an external monitor because on the left I have you guys, like the OBS, and then in front of me I have a monitor that I just got for very cheap. Seems somebody was gonna throw it up. And yeah, let's see. True tone. Is this a crappy Intel Mac killer? No. Also, don't call my Mac that. Who do you think you are, buddy? But yeah, anyways. No, I think this is just a normal Mac. I'm not sure. I didn't buy it. This was a gift from my. Okay? So English is not my native language. So sometimes I'm like, I miss a little bit of concepts. But what's the name of? Okay, like try to read my mind on what I'm trying to say. What is the name of the parents of the person you're dating? What's the name? It's like Uh Dude, I know the name. I know the name. I just don't remember it now. It's M series then. Yeah, yeah, it's like M something. I think I can just go here and then take a look at about this Mac. Yeah, it's like an M2. There you go. It has 16 gigabytes. So it's your in-law. Yeah. Well, I'm not married, thankfully. No, 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 no. In-law. So I assume then like in-law? Okay. Yeah, this is a gift from my my girlfriend's family, because they got like a new computer and one of the family members was gonna throw this one out or something like that. Or they didn't really have someone to use this one. So I had a very crappy laptop. Well, not that crappy, but like it was a little bit old, and so they gave me this one. So I'm not really sure about like I didn't buy it, no look at the specs that much. But yeah, it's like a normal Mac. I feel happy with it. But yeah, I don't know. It like every time I open something, um my PC doesn't lag if I'm not using OBS. If I'm using OBS, it starts to lag whenever I open something. So where do we set the system settings for, let's see, if I go to advanced, am I able to change that? Brightness, maybe this is the main display. So the color profile is the same. Should be, this should not have any interaction with the HDR, question mark? Like, let me know if it does. If I go to advanced, 2.4 Wi-Fi, I think so, maybe? I don't know. I have no idea. But yeah, nobody knows. Nobody knows. Yeah, it's completely okay. I mean, I'm gonna be back in my college after the summer ends, which is in about 2 weeks. So you guys are gonna see my actual room in college, and that's probably gonna be better because I have my desktop computer there, and then we'll be able to stream better. But I think, okay, how to turn off HDR in macOS. Did this stop becoming a a programming stream and more like a Sharif doesn't know how to stream stuff? Uh, my MacBook Air late. Oh wait, I think this person has exactly a problem. Hurry and do this before Ventura closes everything just there. Hold Option and Command while opening System Preferences. Don't let go and continue to hold while opening Display Preferences, and then turn off Extended Dynamic Range. Huh? Is this specifically for HDR? Well, I want it for an external monitor. For external monitor. Oh, new message in chat. Hi, Arankatanu. Welcome. And I'm studying, double majoring. I'm doing a double major, one in computer science and one in honors pure mathematics. So yeah, those two. Select the external monitor and turn off the high dynamic range toggle. There is no toggle. Bro, what? I've been telling this guy, like, let's see, system settings. System settings, system settings. Okay. System settings. And then it says, click on displays in the sidebar. Click on the icon representing your external monitor at the top of the window. Yes. Oh god, I lost it. I'm gonna lose it if it continues this way. Okay. let's see. So Apple logo, look for the high dynamic range or HDR option and toggle it off. Buddy, there is no HDR option. Oh, can I click customize? Is this it? No, it's not. Well, oh, this is the built-in monitor. Maybe here? Show resolutions, color profile. No. Let's see, show resolutions in this. between the nearby, push through the edge of a display to connect to a nearby Mac. Automatically reconnect to any nearby Mac or iPad. Yeah, guys, I think okay. I think I'm gonna just spend math. Whoa, spend time after the stream to set this up. For now, we have to unfortunately take a look at the colors this way for the breakpoints and stuff. So yeah, I'll make sure to do that. Let me actually write it down in my to-do list because it's a relevant issue. Um, I want to give you guys the best, you know, the best streaming experience. So, yeah, let me write it down. What was I gonna write down? Yeah, the colors. Take a look at weird HDR behavior. All right. So, some messages in the chat. Let's see. So, nice. What year? I am a rising senior. So that would be I'm about to start my 4th year at college. Pure math, Dan, that's legit. Yeah, I'm done with the pure math degree. So I've completed it already. Could have graduated. I want to stay though for the computer science one. And yeah, I rushed math first and then started this yes. I dropped computer science to be honest. Comes out as kind of a joke compared to engineering or even math. Those are probably super bright breakpoints. Oh, no, the breakpoints are really bright. And I'm not sure, I feel like I like computer science a lot. And I feel the computer science degree has been really helpful for me, at least. It comes more from the perspective of passion. I feel I have a passion for both fields, both pure math and CS. Theoretical computer science meets both in the middle, but I feel like there's something about programming, coding itself, this sort of craftsmanship feeling where you're like creating your own thing and like the mere act of typing things on a keyboard just seems like something that's so nice and something that I really appreciate. I don't know. I feel like computer science degree is like, from my perspective, still worth it, even when in the era of AI. Although that's changing a little bit things, but yeah, they're teaching the craftsmanship. I feel it depends, right? Like there are some classes that definitely don't have that, but I feel like things like operating systems, right? An operating systems class or a system design class, all of these things are like my favorite classes. Like I feel like I wouldn't appreciate low level programming and be doing this stuff if it wasn't for something like that, that opened a world to all of this. Because I didn't know, like, oh, you can create your own super low stuff thing. Type theory classes are just math one of me. Yeah, I feel like the type theory field is like interesting. I didn't know about it. And when I discovered it, it was sort of like, to me, kind of strange how many of the things that you have in math can be applied to computer science in that way. Serious type theory, though, and by that I don't mean like type theory isn't serious or anything like that, but like if you go to the actual, top of the line type theory, is extremely math heavy, and it's one of the things that, yeah, that I like. It's very difficult to comprehend. So I don't know. I'm studying pure math, and one of my fields of interest is mathematical logic. So all of the things related to, like Gödel's theorem, which is like the one many people know, but like first order logic and like all of this stuff. And type theory is just that. It's just another set of axioms in which to found logic. So it's very interesting that like type theory actually, if I remember correctly. So please let me know if that's not the case. But some sort of I'm chipping in on some sort of math history, I suppose. Type theory was actually ideated before any of the computer science applications, if I remember correctly, and it was proposed as an alternative initial axiom set for ZFC, Zermelo-Fraenkel set theory. So it's very interesting. In and of it, oh my god, in and on itself, in and on itself. So yeah, I don't know. I haven't taken a great look at it, but it seems like one of those things like catches my attention. All the real comp sci, in my opinion, has been done in the 80s and 70s. Yeah, I feel like that is the type of computer science I'm interested in. All of the low level where like all algorithms and like etc. The AI stuff you consider pretty rigorous. Yeah, it depends on like what part of the AI island we're talking about. If it comes to research and stuff, then sure, AI is definitely there. If it comes to, oh my god, guys, like San Francisco is inundated with AI ads. It's one of the things that I cannot fathom. You go out on the street, the bosses have the word agents written in huge font across the bus. What is that doing in a bus? The bicycles, sponsored by Google Gemini. Why? Like, I understand. Oh my god, you go out on the street, it feels like such a, I you know, such a um interesting experience, but like interesting from the perspective of we're living in a dystopia, everything is an AI ad. So I don't know. It's interesting. Um, let's see. So the good AI, deep networks. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Not the Prolog AI. Prolog mentioned Pog. I still hate my profs for making me use Prolog. What is Prolog? Prolog? Maybe I'm not interesting. I did not know about this. So the write and step-by-step execution instructions. Knowledge base of facts, neural, the Prolog engine that automatically infers. Interesting, interesting. So you mentioned your. Huh. Hope I never look at it then, if it's really bad. So, but yeah, he didn't even Prolog. I mean, it's also not that I've been taking any sort of look at AI at all. I haven't taken any AI classes. I've like nothing like that. So it's probably because of that. And yeah, um, I don't know. Yeah, of course, Verilog is like, yeah, for sure. Verilog is definitely there for, especially for the hardware class, because it's what the language is intended for. And yeah, 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 it wouldn't be a real CS3 without Verilog. Um, yeah, let's see, what do we have here? DB normalization. Have not taken a database class. Do not want to take a database class. I do know what DB normalization is, right? But like, because at least the database class, my university is, they make you memorize sort of all the SQL statements and etc. Like like the first exam, I think it's like create this SQL query, um, and so on. I know about databases. I know sort of the basics of SQL, and I would be interested in a database class if it was directed in this sort of more operating systems like Vue, where they teach you how a database actually works, from the bottom up. Oh, we use B plus trees because that because of the performance it generates with disk. And you have this very specific problems for databases since we cannot store stuff in memory, everything's in disk. We need to solve those problems. For that, we use the B plus tree. And you're gonna have like all the SS tables, etc., etc., etc. If it was something like that, it would be very interesting. Unfortunately, there's no such class, at least not that I'm aware of, in my university. So I don't want to take the database class that it's like, it's like, oh, let's memorize some SQL statements. So yeah. Um, what was it doing? Oh, yes, yes, yes. We were doing this. Wait, I need to, man. Heap low, I think it's the name. Yes, perfect. Oh, why is it 0? Why is it 0? That is concerning. So where do we modify the start breakpoint? Modify it over here. With D in it. Yeah, we perform the first allocation, and that should make it be non-zero, question mark? Huh? Oh, I think it's because we have not yet called memory in it. Yeah. So let's initialize memory, and then after that everything should be fine, question mark? So GCC, blah blah blah. Start. Okay. And that is heavily systems oriented. Yeah, yeah. But DB normalization would involve you to basic mathematic relational algebra is huge. No, I didn't really know. Interesting. It's pretty interesting. Yeah. Oh. Well. Oh yeah. Okay. The debugger is just slow. So we have our address. Can I take a look at this in the hex editor? Yes. Install this extension, please. Hello? Oh, yay! Oh, never mind. Well, it seems like we cannot inspect it in the hex editor for some unknown reason. Why am I not able to take a look at it? Hello? Yeah, it doesn't take me to the address that it's supposed to be in. And this is a humongous number. We will never reach it if we just scroll. Is there an alternative to this? Can we... Okay, please tell me that this hex editor extension is not created by Microsoft. Oh, it is. Yeah, that kind of explains everything. No, sorry. I don't mean to do that. Wait. Maybe we can... Is there maybe a different hex editor than this one? Because it currently seems like it doesn't work, right? We just clicked into the debuggers. Please show this to me in the hex editor. And then it's unable to take us there. So, okay, let's just close this. Maybe we can find a different one. This guy looks extremely suspicious. This looks like a virus. Locky42. Well, hex scope. Well, this seems to be more specialized. Fork of Microsoft's hex editor with color. This looks like the most annoying thing to look at. But it's okay. Let's try and see if the fork works compared to this thing that for some reason just doesn't. Yeah, we may be in trouble. We may be in trouble. So does somebody know how we can set this up so that the hex editor is not how to put it, dumb? Maybe we can, or maybe do I need to install it before I start the debugger? Maybe that's why. So Themes 27. Welcome to chat. Wait, data structures was by far the worst class I've ever taken. What? What? Okay, wait. Why? Did you have like a not so satisfying experience or something like that? Oh wait, I haven't seen. Oh, thank you for following. Edith Gada, Cyril Man, and Themes 27. Thank you guys. Java. Oh, I feel okay. I feel that describes. I feel that answers my question in the best way possible. I'm sorry if there's any Java devs present, but it's, um, I'm sorry if there's any Java devs present or something like that, but I don't know. I feel like that explains exactly why you would hate a data structures class. Um, yeah, I see file extensions makes me very happy. Yeah, it makes me happy too. And I suppose everyone else in the stream because they haven't left yet. So yeah, and currently we're trying to set up this debugger to use the hex editor because our memory allocator, right? We need to sort of take a look at what the memory allocator is doing in like memory itself. And I'm trying to set up the hex editor, but it just doesn't work. For some reason, it doesn't work. Brother, what's going on? um, is there anything we can do? Does anybody know why this happened? I guess not. So maybe I can take a look at the. Let's take a look here. So, um, hex editor not working with debugger VS Code. Um, oh, messages in chat. Let's see. JVM, JDK nodes, debugger, all garbage. People hated me for loving C, but the problem is that C does exactly what you tell it to do. Yeah. It's also, I feel it has nicer syntax. I feel like when I look at Java code, a sense of dread starts invading my being, right? It's almost like you're on a hike and you're enjoying the view and everything, and then you see all of the rocks are starting to slip. An inevitable avalanche is about to hit you. I feel that feeling. No, it's like I look at Java and I'm like, no, no. Um, Maybe there are some things to complain about when it comes to performance. Maybe, the JVM may not be the greatest thing ever. To some it is, right? Scala, for example, uses it. But the code itself, the way it looks, it's simply one of those things that like it scares me to death. And I don't know how to explain it. Java is the Windows of languages. I feel that is the best way to put it. Yes. Java, Java is you know, a little special, you know. So, um, C is the Debian, stable, reliable, perfect. C++ is utter garbage when you're trying to understand it, but a beauty when it's running in. Okay, I was about to, um, you know, turn on you, buddy, because C++ is utter garbage. Heard that, and I immediately I was starting. My blood was starting to get a little affected because I'm mostly programming C++. We're doing the memory allocator in C, and it's the first time I code something in C like properly. Um, so yeah, but I agree. It's a beauty. Except when you start doing all the templating stuff, that just becomes kind of annoying. Let's see. Fix the endless loading of black screen issue. False. So not working with debugger VS Code when trying to inspect a variable. So let's see. Or extension conflicts. So how about TypeScript? Okay. Spacekeybeats.com. Hello, welcome to the stream. And yeah, thanks for hanging out. So how about TypeScript? TypeScript, I have mixed feelings. Oh, don't worry. I love C++. It was a great learning experience on how awful of a coder I am. Okay. Oh, thank you for following Space Key Beat. Kibitz. Let me know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. So TypeScript, I have mixed feelings about TypeScript because a lot, there is a significant part of my sort of developing career, if you can even call it that. I'm still in college, so not much of a career. But when I was younger, I used to code in TypeScript all the time. So I have that sort of appreciation for TypeScript, you know? And that JavaScript is like one of the evils of the world. And TypeScript is this little guy that, he like embraces JavaScript, or gives it a little bit of a hug and gives you a nicer thing. So I feel like I appreciate it on that front. Um and definitely no, it's like I used it for a while. But the fact that it's built on top of JavaScript is just something that, there's a couple of things that like don't really match well with my perception of what a language should be. I feel that now I've been spoiled with like C and C++, um, but I I wouldn't be as hard as many people are on TypeScript. Where they criticize it a lot. I feel TypeScript is decent, right? I feel like I don't have special hate for TypeScript, to put it one way or another. Maybe somebody in the chat has a different feeling. I don't know. How about English? It's nice to not see AI in the title for once, or vibe coding. Yes, yes, dude. We're bringing back classic programming. We're bringing back classic programming now. So yeah, it is one of the goals of my series. As I've mentioned, I feel like I complain too much about like my internship and stuff like that. They make me use Claude Code all the time. So now, rather than a programmer, I'm like prompting Claude Code every day. I've lost all the passion I have for programming. So that's why this project came to be. So, uh, but yeah, I'll stop complaining. Let's see. It has been a while since, but if I'm looking through links from this, for me, from the GDB debug console, use except after rate 16 for hex. I think this is just the problem with this. Okay, no, never mind. This is not a problem. Um. Oh, well, no, not the hex value. I want the debugger. Oh, maybe AI overview can be helpful for once. The address pointer bug. Many C++ debuggers suffer from a known issue where they pass an incorrect memory address to the hex editor, resulting in a blank or incorrect view. The fix: switch your debugger type from CPP-VS debugs to CPP-DBG. Is that our case? No. Okay. The view goes blank. No, that's not our case. Variable in the debug console. I mean, sure, but no hexadecimal values. No. No. Okay. Why is the hex editor not loading? Do we instead have something like the memory inspector? Something. Oh, this is not the this is not the extension stab, sorry. Memory inspector. Something like that. Oh. Memory viewer that works with debug adapters. So let's take a look. Oh, I think this is exactly what we need. Oh wait. Visualize your own C++ data structures, threads, semifolds, mutex queues as live sortable tables or debugging. Okay, what does it look like? Will it allow me to... Oh. Whoa. This is like too nice of an interface. What? Huh. That's kind of crazy. Okay. I digress. I don't know why I am digressing so much. But let's see if maybe this guy is useful for us. We're gonna trust it. Immediately 10 virus. Let's see. It's nice to know CAI. I am a noob. My issue is creating architecture. Right now with topology and hierarchy with pathing. Topology? Oh, that brings wait topology as in like the mathematical topology, or like, or is there something in CS that refers to topology? Not sure. Lol, the crazy part is I'm not even a programmer. I'm a cybersec college kid. Dude, oh wait, that's incredible. You're still in college? Wait, what year are you in? Cheer 100. Oh man, no monetize. Wait, what do you mean? What is no monetize? Cheer 100? Um, yeah. In the meantime, let's set up the memory inspector. Um, right. Yeah. I think I have to go soon because I planned on ending at 8:30. So maybe we can have like, the last 5 or 10 minutes. Um, like you don't have donations and stuff like that set up. You're not monetized by Twitch yet. And I'm gonna be a sophomore. A sophomore brother. The pretty good. Wait, sophomore. Damn, that's crazy. Pretty good, pretty good. Yeah, I'm going to be I'm a rising senior right now, so I'm a little kid. 90-year-old. No, no, no. I mean it like, it 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 is it takes a special kind of person to click on a stream that says coding a memory allocator from scratch. Right? So I'm glad that this is sort of like the path you're on. So that's great. 19 years old. Pretty good. Yeah. Um I wouldn't say you're a little kid. I'm 20, right? So we're basically the same age. So yeah. And you say not monetized by Twitch. So I have the possibility to be monetized. I think they they sent me an email being like, oh, you're able to be like a Twitch partner or associate, something like that. I have a sort of fear. I don't know how to say it, but if I set up like monetization and all of that, it's um I start receiving some sort of money from an external source. I am an international student, and your F1 visa has like a specification that says something like you're not allowed to work on something if if you are under your F1 visa unless your university approves it and whatnot. I need to do some research to get to see whether or not the you know income from Twitch counts as a job. I don't think so. I prefer to be you know to be safe. So I'm gonna research that. Let me actually note that in my to-do list. Um, take a look to whether or not Twitch counts as a job. Because currently, like, I'm not really interested on like going big or something like that, like, become really popular, because I know like this type of content is not going to become popular on the platform. I mainly do it because it's interesting to meet other people in the field, and also because it helps with accountability, right? Like, I know, like, oh, I have an audience and like gotta stream, gotta finish the project. Are you international? Your accent brings me serenity. um, I am international, yes. So let's see. If yes, let me guess, either Oxford or Cambridge. No, no. I feel I went to a Cambridge school, so that's my guess. LOL. Oh, pretty good. Definitely international. No American takes notes. All right, buddy. All right. No, actually, I am international, but I am not. So the story behind my accent is a little bit interesting. Um, I am from Colombia, which is in South America. So my native language is Spanish, and like that's why I mentioned before. My first language is in English, and there are some words that I like don't remember what they are, and like the translation doesn't really apply. But yeah, I am from Colombia, and the reason why I have this accent is because I learned English when I was little, right? Very little, like 10, 11 years old. But my family didn't have sort of the enough money to like hire a private tutor or something like that. So I learned English by myself through a computer program that many people in the US may be familiar with, and it's called Rosetta Stone. And so I learned English, right? Did it when I was very young. And since I was so young, like 10 to 11 years old, there is a natural question that comes to mind, right? Like, you learn this language. What do you do? I learned the American version, so I used to have an American accent. But yeah, learned it really young, 10 to 11 years old. Question comes to mind, like, what do I do with this now? And since I was so young, the only thing that came to mind was watching my favorite Minecraft YouTubers. Because I used to play a lot of Minecraft when I was a kid. And all of them were British. So as time went by, because of watching all of the Minecraft YouTubers, I started to pick up on their accent. So I am the conglomeration of all of these Minecraft YouTubers that I used to watch when I was a kid. Now that I am here in the US, the accent has changed a little. It has more Americanized. Um, Not right now though, because I noticed that when I'm doing something related to coding or reading or some sort of activity that I find like engaging, it's easier to me to speak in sort of this accent. Usually when I'm talking to people, it's more Americanized, right? So yeah. Parecido, ponte chima. I don't know. Are you Colombian too? Space Keyboard? So Space Key. Yeah. Did you use the torrent version? Wink, wink. It's the first time on the show because yeah, they didn't really have much money, but yeah. I'm not gonna respond officially. You may draw an idea from it, but yeah. So yeah, that's the story behind my accent. So neither from Oxford, neither from Cambridge. Have never been to England or any sort of or Scotland or Ireland, any of the United Kingdom countries. And in fact, coming to the US to study is the first time I left my country. So yeah, I don't know. Intriguing story, I suppose. And yeah, guys, I feel like wait, give me 1 second. I'll So I have to go. I planned on finishing at 8:30. This was going to be a short stream from the beginning, which is why we were going to dedicate ourselves to like the tests and stuff. It seems like the hex editor is not working. I'm going to set that up. Let me add that new item in the to-do list. We have 3 items in the to-do list now. Fix hex. Oh, yeah, hex editor in VS Code for variables in the debugger. Perfect. Okay. So yeah, I don't know. So everyone, once again, yeah, I feel this is a natural point to stop the stream at, since I'm already over by 6 minutes and I have like a compromise with another person. So I need to finish now. But yeah, wait, take a look at this. Boom, transition. So I set that up myself. I know, pretty professional. But yeah, that's all. That's all, guys. So it's been an interesting session to be with you guys. Thank you for joining the stream. So I don't like. It is a little bit difficult to have a set schedule. New item in the to-do list to set my schedule on Twitch. Set up, set up schedule on Twitch. Perfect. So that you guys can see what I'm planning on turning on the stream. Because it is a little bit difficult for me to predict when I'm going to stream, when especially on the weekdays. I do know that tomorrow is Sunday. Guess what that means? means we have some free time, and then we can use it for streaming tomorrow. The thing is, tomorrow is the final match of the World Cup. Exciting. So I'm gonna go and watch that with some friends. And it's at like noon here in San Francisco. So um probably won't stream until like 5 p.m. PST time, San Francisco time. Um so yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens, especially tomorrow. And yeah, so wait for tomorrow's stream. It's probably going to happen at like 5 p.m., right? Something like that. So yeah. Um I hope everyone is able to to enjoy the World Cup tomorrow and to enjoy the stream too tomorrow if we have one. Space Keeping, don't please try not to make these sort of messages. I mean, there have been some controversies. I get it, right? But I'm not sure if I'm completely bored. I think tomorrow's match is going to be interesting. And we'll see how it turns out. We'll see how it turns out. And yeah, all right, people. All right. I mean, I we've been saying more goodbyes than a poor circus. I'm not sure. Like the poor circus where they're always like, "All right, people, bye bye. We enjoyed you so much," and then they keep elongating the goodbye just to have some more time. Um, yeah, this seems more like a call between two people that are involved. You hang up. No, you hang up. No, you hang up. No, you hang up. So, sorry. I digress. I digress. I digress. Tomorrow. So summary. Tomorrow, stream 5 p.m. Tomorrow, World Cup match. Hopefully you enjoy it. Tomorrow, we're going to have the hex editor fixed. We're going to have the weird problem with the colors fixed. Hopefully, we are going to have a schedule on Twitch and something else that is in my to-do list and I don't remember. Okay? All right. Everyone, have a good night for those in the US and for those in Europe and all the parts of the world, Latin America, Asia. Good day. Oh, Latin America is also night. So Europe. Europe usually has like a 9-hour, 10-hour difference. So yeah, good luck with the rest of your day or the rest of your night. Hope to see you guys. Bye bye.